everybody, my name is Kent Jacobs and I'm the lead pastor here at Epic. To you, this looks like a movie theater, but to us, it's our church. So check it out.
I remember walking into the first service. It was crazy. There was Epic church signs up and there were people around. And I just remember seeing they had donuts and coffee and bagels and you could take them into the theater, which was cool. They even had a little cup holder there. It was like designed to be a church.
After months of prayer and preparation, it was finally here, the first ever Epic church service. Now, the days leading to our start were filled with a whirlwind of emotions. We were scared, excited, and unsure all at the same time. And there were so many questions that were about to be answered. The biggest one being, is anybody gonna show up to this thing? Now, our executive pastor, Joanne, talks about how she just sat there amazed as people streamed into the auditorium. Now, truth be told, it wasn't much of a stream. In fact, there were only 74 people there that first day, 10 of which were my relatives that drove up from North Carolina to help. But we weren't complaining. It was a miracle that anyone showed up in a movie theater for church anyways.
I kind of remember, all right, this is different than any church I've ever been to. I kind of remember saying to myself, I wonder if these guys really know what they're doing. But I also enjoyed it because there was a youthful kind of just kind of vibrancy to the church and a lot of kind of optimism about the future.
And when we came to Epic, there was no tradition, but you could feel that there was still God. For us, it was very different than the way that we were used to worshiping. There was a fog machine and this contemporary Christian band.
Now, I don't remember my first sermon being all that great, but I do remember saying a couple things that would kind of set the tone for who we would be as a church. First, I said I wanted more than anything to be a church where people could belong even before they ever believed. The last thing I wanted was a church full of church people. I wanted our church to be a church that was for everybody.
Epic had a vision for a church that was unlike anything that we had ever heard about or experienced, and it felt like the kind of thing where we could actually raise our family there.
We ended the message with a passage from Acts chapter 2 that talks about the very first church and how God used those people in that church to change the whole world.
And at the end of that first service, we sang a song called You're the God of the City.
My hope was that God would use us to change our city like he used that first church to change theirs. Now, the chorus of that song that we sang goes like this: greater things are yet to come. Greater things are still to be done in this city.
And it was like this declaration that we were gonna honor God and we were gonna point people to him. And when that song was done, man, I was hooked. I knew that I wanted to be a part of that. It was gonna be something special.
Greater things are still to come. Greater things are still to be done here. And we had no idea just how true the lyrics we sang that day would eventually become.